Over 3,500 packs had to be opened in order to make this video. That's right, we are going over the hit rates of Paldean Fates. Pokemon Paldean Fates is one of the largest sets that we've had to deal with in a while, and some people are asking me, what are the hit rates like? So I decided to make a whole video on it. Now, this is a very extensive spreadsheet that I'm going to be showing you. It goes over each individual hit. That includes the shinies, the EXs, everything. And it took a while. And keep in mind, over 3,500 really isn't even that big of a sample group, honestly. So I'm going to be updating this as I come up with more packs to open. Of course, it might take a while because 3,500 already is a lot, but if you happen to open up some packs, let me know in the comments exactly how many packs you opened and what hits you got from all of those packs. Even if a pack had no hit, let me know, because that's how we kind of make this entire hit list, okay? So, without further ado, I think it's time that we get into my spreadsheet over here. All right, so here we have the first, which is the summary data. Okay, so the summary data over here, I calculated the hits total to be about 2,400, give or take, which means that of all of the packs that we opened, we actually hit almost 67% of the time. And that is a hit rate odds of 1 to 1.5, which, just to break it down, that means for every 3 packs that we open, we are going to hit 2 times. That is insane to think about. Every 3 packs, you're gonna get 2 hits. Guaranteed, maybe not, but that also means that you might get 1 out of every 3, you might get 0 out of every 3, but you also may hit 3 out of 3, and the chances of hitting 1 or 3 out of 3 are higher than getting 0 out of 3, so just keep that in mind. That is a very, very high hit rate. Now, if we had to break that down even further, we're looking at double rares now. That's 544 hits out of our entire sample size, which was over 3,500. Okay, so we're looking at 500 were double rares. That is 15% of the packs we opened had a double rare in them. So that means that out of about every 6.6, so about every 7 packs, we're getting 1 hit. That is a double rare. Ultra rares, 255 hits. Out of that, the percentage from all the packs we opened, 7% of the packs we opened had an ultra rare. So about 7 out of every 100 packs had a hit. A hit rate odds is, in this case, 1 out of every 14 packs is gonna have a hit, somewhere around there. Shiny ultra rare, I skipped one. Shiny rare, 936 hits, which is really, really high, but let me tell you, there is a caveat to that, which we'll get into when we get down to that tab, okay? And keep in mind, this is a very simplified view. I'm not showing you, obviously, all the calculations I had to go through to make this, but there was a lot of calculations to get the percentages just right and the hit rates just right. But let me tell you, 936 shinies is a lot. That means pretty much 1 out of every 4 packs, you're pretty much gonna be getting a hit. That is a shiny rare, of course. Now, shiny ultra rare, we're getting a 269 hit rate, 269 hits out of all the packs we open. That's about 7.5% of the packs we open had a shiny ultra rare. And that means 1 out of every 13 packs should have a shiny ultra rare. Illustration rare, 264. It's pretty much very similar ratios here. 1 out of every 14 packs you open, you're gonna get an illustration rare. Special illustration rare. We had 71 of these out of all the packs we opened. So that is about a 2% chance that you're gonna get one. So that means kind of around 1 out of every 51 packs you open is gonna have a special illustration rare. And now the hyper rare. We got 54 of those, which is a 1.5% chance of hitting a hyper rare, or 1 out of every 66 packs we open is going to have a hyper rare. I think it's interesting because I think the hyper rares aren't really valued as high as you would expect, considering how hard it is to hit. But hey, that's just me making my own values up here. Now, if you're trying to get a specific card, so let's say that you want a Charizard EX specifically. I think that's under the specific double rare in this case. So if you're trying to get a Charizard EX, or really any of the double rare cards, you're pretty much going to be looking at a 1.52% on average chance of hitting a specific one that you want, okay? So again, if you're trying to find 1 out of all of the double rares, On average, it's about 1.52% chance that you'll hit it. I will break down exactly what the percentages are for each card in just a bit, but that's just to give you an average idea. Now the hit rate odds is 1 in every 66. Okay, not too bad, honestly. And then specific ultra rare is a 1.42% chance. So again, about 1.5% chance that you'll hit it, a very specific card. Specific shiny rare is a 0.22%. Specific shiny ultra rare is actually 0.63%. So it actually has better odds. Specific illustration rare is a 2.46% chance. And a specific illustration rare is 0.25%. And again, that's a 1 out of whatever these are chance of getting it. And these are by packs. Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm not saying like, oh, you're opening a pack of 10 cards. That means out of those 10 cards, you're gonna, definitely get a hit. It's more, this is based on the number of packs you have to open up. So anyways, this should give you the rest of the numbers right here. And let's go into individual cards now. So the way I made this chart is I've added a filter so we can arrange it however we need to. So if we're looking at the double rares, here we have all of our double rares. And this is in alphabetical order right now. Now let's go ahead and sort this by which one is actually going to be the hardest to get out of all these cards. So as you can see here, Toadscroll EX is actually the hardest to pull out of all of the double rares at a 1.11% chance of pulling out of all the packs that you open. And that is a 1 in 90 versus a Fortress EX is we got 73 of those, so 2% chance of hitting that. And if you see, there's really not that big of a difference between these. So that's why the average, when we go back over here, so this is the double rare, you're looking for a specific double rare is 1.52. So as you can tell, that's right on average between these two. If you're trying to get a specific, however, if you know exactly which one, you can look at this chart right here to get you that information. Now let's look at the ultra rares over here. The ultra rares are gonna be let's go ahead and fix this up real quick. So sort A to Z. So here we go. Clive is the hardest one to pull. A 1.2% chance of pulling it out of all the packs that you open up. That means 1 in 84 packs is going to have a Clive. Versus a Paldean Students, and these Paldean Students, I forgot to note which one was which, but Paldean Students, we have a 1.64% chance of hitting, or 1 in 61 chance of getting the Paldean Students, which makes it actually the easiest one. Now let's talk about the shiny ultra rares. And again, let's sort this from A to Z of hardest to easiest. So the Alakazam EX is a 0.3 chance of getting, 0.30% chance. That is very low. 1 in 338 packs that you open is gonna have an Alakazam, all right? That makes that very, very tough to get. Versus a Mew EX, which honestly I thought would have been harder. We actually had almost a 1% chance, 0.83% chance. So you only have to open up about a little bit over a third of the number of packs to get a Mew EX versus an Alakazam. Not bad. Now let's look at the illustration rares. And again, let's go ahead and sort this. So the hardest one to get is a Wugtrio at 2.1% chance of getting, and 1 in 48 packs will have it. Versus the Palafin is just a 2.97% chance, or 1 in 34 packs should have this illustration rare. Not too bad. Now we're gonna get into some spicier stuff over here, our special illustration rares. And here we have it. Gardevoir EX has a 0.12% chance of pulling. So 1 in 832 packs will have a Gardevoir. Sorry about that notification sound. But a Gardevoir EX has a 1 in 32% chance. Sorry, 1 in 832 chance of actually pulling, versus a Charizard EX, which, if I'm not mistaken, is currently valued at the most, has a 0.23% chance of pulling, or 1 in 431. So you have to open almost half as many packs just to get a Charizard EX. Now, if you're trying to get the entire collection just by pulling, well, then you're gonna have to keep pulling to get to that Gardevoir. But Charizard is actually not as hard to pull. And a Mew EX is actually even less than that, only 0.4% chance of getting it, a 1 in 250 chance. So if you open 250 packs, you might get a Mew EX. That's actually not too bad when you look at these. Now let's look at a hyper rare pull list right here. So again, let's sort this. So this is our hardest one to get right here at a 0.2% chance of pulling. 1 in 508 packs. Versus down here, a 0.31% chance, or 1 out of every 324 packs will have this card. And again, in case I didn't mention it, this is showing you the percent chance of just pulling any of these hyper rares, and this is a chance of pulling any hyper rares in, you know, odds. So every 66 packs should have a hyper rare. It's just a matter of which one are you going to get. And now for our very last one. This is the big one. Let's go ahead and sort this from A to Z of easiest to hardest. As you can see, the hardest one to pull is a 0.12% chance of pulling. 1 in 862 packs will have this card. That is crazy. Now keep in mind, if we could have gotten our sample size up higher, maybe another 1,000 pulls, maybe 2,000 more pulls, maybe these numbers would be a little bit more differentiated, but at this point, this is what we have. And let's just keep scrolling down, and Scizor is actually the easiest one to pull at 0.51%, or 1 out of 197 packs. Not too bad. If you compare this to, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, our Mew EX, so 250 packs to get a Mew EX versus 197 to get a Scizor. Like, there's not that big of a gap if you really think about it. But let's look at some of the other cards in here that people might be interested in getting. Like, for example, a Snorlax, 1 in 321 packs. That's quite a number of packs you're gonna have to open just to get that. And Entei is also 1 in 321 packs. Let's see if we can find our Charmeleon is also doing pretty well, 1 in 391. And you know what, let me go ahead and sort this alphabetically because that might help us also just, All right, so let's see, what do we have here? We already looked at the Charmeleon. We have a Ditto, 1 in 391. We have, let's see, the Entei we already talked about. Gloom might actually, I can see Gloom kind of going for a decent amount moving forward as well. 1 in 439. Jigglypuff, 1 in 439 as well. Kadabra, 1 in 272. Lucario, 1 in 695. I think I pulled a Lucario recently on my video of unboxing my first ETB as well. So if you think about it, I got a 1 in 695 chance, and I happened to pull it out of just 9 packs, which is pretty lucky. Let's see what else we have. Pikachu, I think, is one of the more valuable shinies. Let's see if we can find him real quick. Here we go. 1 in 695 chance as well. Man, as you can see, these are some really tough odds to have to beat. And make sure you pause and see whichever ones you need to see if you're looking for a very specific one. But let me know what you think of this video. Did you like this, the whole pull rates idea? If you did, let me know. I might make more videos moving forward. I will also consider making updated videos of these pull rates as I get more pulls in. Again, if that's something you want, let me know in the comments below because I need to know, because this takes a lot of time. So I need to know if you guys actually want it. And again, I'll be posting some visuals on Instagram as well to make it a little bit easier to digest, because I know looking at a spreadsheet can be a little bit difficult sometimes to kind of comprehend what's going on. So just let me know and go check out my Instagram for more. I'll also post on TikTok to also make it easier to find for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all next time.